I want to welcome you all to Rockwood Park. My name is VIKRAM KRISHNAMURTHY. I'm the Executive Director of the Delaware Center for Horticulture. You all can call me Mr. Vic. And I noticed something. Your principal, Mr. Arbor, appears to be going green. Is that right?
Yeah!
Did I see a picture of him with green hair?
Yeah!
I thought so. Is he trying to be a tree?
No!
I thought I saw something about some computers that you all did some fundraising around, and Mr. Arbor lost a bet. Is that what happened?
Yeah!
Well, congratulations on that. So I want to talk a little bit about your school. We've done some tree plantings at your school before, and we're really pleased to be here at Rockwood Park with folks from Newcastle County and from Rockwood Park, people that work here at the park itself. Both of my kids went to Mount Pleasant for elementary school, and I remember them in second grade, they had a project where they had to do something about a particular state. Have you guys had your state project yet? Do you still do that? All right, good. My kids had Utah and Florida. And I'm curious to know if anyone here has Nebraska. You have Nebraska, great. Well, there's something interesting about Nebraska that has to do with Arbor Day. Have you discovered this yet? Do you want to tell us what it is?
Arbor Day was originated in Nebraska. I don't know why.
Exactly. This young man said Arbor Day was originated in Nebraska, but he's not sure why, and that's exactly what I want to talk about. So what do you know about Nebraska? Has anyone been to Nebraska? Do you know, is it a desert?
No.
Is it forested?
No.
How would you describe Nebraska? Yes.
It has mountains in it.
Has some mountains. In the western part of Nebraska, I think there are some hills. Yes.
Country?
Country, yes.
I think in Nebraska there might be like mysterious creatures that you want to discover.
I think you're right. Absolutely. There are some pretty amazing creatures in Nebraska. Yes. Trees, yes, but yes, young man. Snow. There's a lot of snow in Nebraska. Nebraska is it's part of our country that's known as the Great Plains. So much of Nebraska is very flat, and it's made up of mostly grassland. So there aren't actually a lot of trees in Nebraska, and so the reason that Arbor Day was originated and celebrated in Nebraska, it's actually celebrated all across our country, including here in Delaware this month, is that Nebraska doesn't have a lot of trees. And so people in Nebraska that live in cities and towns in Nebraska long ago really recognized how important trees are. Now here in Delaware, we have a lot of trees, right? But just because we have a lot of trees, we're really lucky to have a lot of trees, but it also means we have to make sure we continue to have a lot of trees. So as you look at this tree, the very top of the treetops here, this is what we call the tree canopy, and you can see we have a really healthy tree canopy here. There's plenty of shade in this park, right? But what about lower down? Do you notice anything? Do we have trees that are kind of middle height? Well, what's the reason that you're planting trees here today? Are these big trees going to live forever?
No.
Yes.
So you can run there.
Right. And these little trees that we're planting, that you guys are planting today, what's going to happen to them?
They're gonna grow.
They're going to get bigger and grow, and they're going to become the future tree canopy, just like you see here, right? But it's important to keep this all going. So we're really happy to be here as part of the Delaware Center for Horticulture and with Newcastle County and Rockwood Park. We have a great park system in this county, and I know we're going to have some folks talk about that. But first, I want to introduce Mr. Philip Nord. Philip works here at Rockwood Park, which is a great thing to have in our community, in our neighborhoods. I can say my family and I come here all the time. We love walking the trails, and we also love the trees. So thank you, Philip, and if you would come up and say a few words.
Actually, he stole all my thunder. My name and what I was going to say. And welcome to Rockwood. I'm the director of the museum, and it's really great to see all of you here. I was supposed to talk, I will talk a little bit about the history of Rockwood. You know, this is a really special place. Have you been to Holiday Open House here? Raised? Okay. How about Ice Cream Festival? Okay. Super, super. Well, we do all kinds of really cool things here. And right now, if your parents haven't been here, if you haven't visited the museum, I would highly recommend coming to the museum. We have a special exhibit going on, and there's all kinds of really cool stuff there. I think you'll be surprised. We actually do have an area which we call Please Touch, and you can lift up and check things out. And we have an oven there that you can actually, of course the food's all fake and everything, but you can pretend like you're cooking and stuff, which is kind of cool. But please, how many of you been here to walk around? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, well, we're celebrating Arbor Day, and it's all about the trees and everything. And I'm going to go and tell you about Joseph Shipley. Okay, Mr. Shipley was born in Wilmington, and he took a job over in Liverpool, England. He spent 30 years over there. He made a lot of money. He retired back here, and he built this mansion. And the mansion is up there on the hill. He actually created a working farm. It had fields where they planted crops, where horses and cows grazed. And there weren't so many trees here, actually, when he first got here. He built a kitchen garden where he grew vegetables and that sort of thing. And a large apple orchard also here. He designed a pleasure garden with trees and plants from all over the world, and built a special room on the mansion called the conservatory, where he filled the plants with exotic plants from all over the world. Over the years, many of the trees are no longer standing, and with your help today, we're replanting some of the areas that suffered from old age, storms, and disease. I'm sure Mr. Shipley would be proud to see the results of your help today. And for your help today, I thank you very much.
Everyone, it's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Cartier. He's our county councilman.
Thank you, Mr. Vic. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Are you all ready to plant some trees this morning at Rockwood?
Yes.
We're really glad, Newcastle County's really glad to partner with the Brandywine School District to have you, host you here today for this Arbor Day and plant some trees and create a better environment for everybody in the area. Arbor Day became a very important holiday going back to the Theodore Roosevelt presidency. Teddy Roosevelt, everybody know who Teddy Roosevelt is? Okay, so actually it's very interesting. 100 years ago, last year, he gave an address to school children like yourselves about the importance of planting trees and conservation. And so in our era today, we understand how really important trees are from the standpoint of, combating climate change, stormwater management, creating shade for new species of animals and insects, bird life. So we really understand how important the trees are today, and we're really glad you're here. And all of us in county government are very pleased to host this event, and let's get out the shovels and plant the trees today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cartier. It's now my pleasure, and I want to mention it's really a pleasure to have Mount Pleasant Elementary School here. We've done this for the past few years, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. This year we have a new aspect of the event, and we're really, really pleased to have students from Mount Pleasant High School here as well. So I want to thank all of you for all of your help. They really have led today's activities, so thank you very much. It's a great partnership. And with that, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. HOLODICK, our school superintendent.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Mount Pleasant Elementary students, you guys are doing a fantastic job of being active listeners right now. So great job. Keep up the good work. And to the Mount Pleasant High School students from our AVID and JDG programs, thank you for supporting our students and mentoring them. And to all of the parent volunteers and teachers who are here, I show my gratitude. Thank you for supporting our kids. Two very simple and quick points I'm going to make. One is, great things like this, events, happen when you have adults, in this case, high school students, parents, and other volunteers who are willing to support. So, lesson is, work together and support each other. And then the other is how important Arbor Day is, taking care of our environment, our parks, so that as you get older and we have more students coming into our system, they have great places to play and hike and do things outside. You can focus on those two things today. I think there is a lesson to be learned. So great job, Mount Pleasant E, and thanks to all involved.
Thank you, Mark. It's now my pleasure to introduce our county executive, Mr. Matt Meyer. It's really a pleasure to have you here, Mr. Meyer.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see everyone here today from Mount Pleasant Elementary, and I think it's the AVID program. Is that right, at Mount Pleasant High School? Thank you for joining us this year. I actually spent 4 years teaching as a 6th and 7th grade math teacher before I ran for office 2 years ago. So it's really important to me that kids, both young and older, get an opportunity to experience this. Today, as we said, we're celebrating Arbor Day and actually Earth Day. We in all of Newcastle County, from Wilmington up here in north of Wilmington, all the way down to Middletown, Townsend, Odessa, places that I'd never heard of when I was your age growing up in Wilmington. In all those places, we are kicking off today Arbor Day and Earth Day right here in Rockwood Park. Does anyone know, what does Arbor Day celebrate? Every holiday celebrates something. Does anyone know what Arbor Day celebrates? Yeah, all the way in back. Yeah. Good, it celebrates trees. It celebrates trees. And trees are kind of cool because they don't talk. They just kind of stand there silently. But they do all these good things for us. Can you guys think of one thing? What's one thing, one good thing that trees do for us? Yeah, with the red colorful bow in your hair. They give us oxygen. Excellent. They give us oxygen. What else do they do? Yeah, right here. Yeah, you.
They give us paper, she said.
They give us paper. Yeah, they do make paper. Yeah, with cool shades. Yeah. They give us syrup. Good. Syrup. Wow, you guys did your research today. You guys did your research. One more right up front here. Good. They help us breathe. All these important things. All these important things. Now, how many trees in all of Newcastle County, how many trees do you think we have? Now, I'm asking the high schoolers, too. How many trees do you think we have in all of Newcastle County? Now, I didn't count personally. Somebody told me. I didn't count. How about in the yellow shirt right there? Millions. Millions? It's close. It's close. Yeah, right here in front. A billion? Wow. Kids know your numbers better than I knew them when I was your age. Yeah, I'm back there with the gray shirt. A trillion. The number keeps getting bigger. It's a smaller number. Smaller than a million. Right here with the MP hoodie on. Yeah. What's that? 100? Okay, put your hands down. We're going to make it multiple choice. Joseph, do you know?
833,000.
883,000. Okay, how'd you know that? Did you count them, Joseph?
You told me.
You're not supposed to tell one. 883,000 trees. So today, we're here to celebrate 883,000 trees. And I think after we're done, we're going to have something like 883,013 trees. So thank you very much. Thanks to the teachers, to the students, both from the elementary school, the high school, the staff at Delaware Center for Horticulture, the Delaware Forest Service, I believe, is here today. Thank you very much for coming today. And everyone at the county, we have 247 parks. In another few months, we'll have 248 parks. We're adding one in Edgemore. And thank you very much for what you do every day.
Thank you, Matt. I just want to say a couple words of thanks. Again, the Delaware Forest Service, thank you all for being here. And Davey Tree as well. Davey Tree Company has helped us with he's the tree climbers that are here today. Have you all enjoyed seeing that so far? Those of you who have done that? Yeah, pretty cool job, huh? If you like to be outside, pretty cool job. And I'd also like to thank the Christmas Shop Foundation. The Christmas Shop Foundation here in Wilmington has helped us. Helped us provide the trees for today's planting. So now we're gonna plant a tulip poplar, and the hard work has been done for us already. But gentlemen, if you'd like to help us put a shovel full of dirt in here, this is our tree planting ceremony. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good job.
Remember this tree anytime you go to the park.
And then if we could on the count